Hello, it's Mr. Consistent back at it again, talking about Japanese Power Rangers. Let's go. Now, if you're wondering where I've been for the past few weeks, basically, I went back to school after sitting on my fat ass and doing literally nothing for 12 weeks. So, there's that. And the only reason I'm sitting down and recording this today is because I literally cannot walk. I've managed to immobilize myself in school by doing a fucking cartwheel. Basically, don't do cartwheels if you're not a trained gymnast, okay? I'll be completely honest, not my finest hour. My ego definitely took a hit after this. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about Toku Controversies, mainly Sentai and Rider, just because I'm more familiar with those. And obviously, because Sentai and Rider is a TV show, naturally there's going to be angry mums who don't understand the content that they're watching, who like to bitch on Twitter. The first real major incident I can think of that caused quite a bit of controversy, especially in Super Sentai, was probably the Battle Fever J Coke incident. And if you're not familiar with Sentai, you're probably wondering if the words that just came out of my mouth are real. No, this actually did happen. This isn't like a joke or a rumour. This straight up happened. Basically, in case if you don't know what this one's about, it's essentially got to do with the fact that one of the generals in Battle Fever J was portrayed by a drug trafficker who had his house raided by the police, who then found stacks of a certain white substance in his drawers. Naturally, you can't have a convicted criminal act on your show, especially when it's a kids one. So the main idea for Toei was just to go back and find previous actors from the previous seasons, and they decided to land on the guy who got killed by a fucking rat last season. There's actually a few editing mistakes in the first few episodes of Battle Fever, where the actor for Iron Claw and the drug dealer constantly switch between one another, because I guess Toei are just full of fucking idiots. Although they did shoot quite a few episodes with said coke dealer in, but eventually he stopped showing up completely by mistake and is fully replaced by the guy who played Iron Claw in Jaka. Next up is the O-Ranger controversy, which, if you haven't heard at least once by this point, you probably don't live on planet Earth. The O-Ranger controversy essentially follows O-Ranger as a show going through drastic changes because it was too dark for kids at the time. Okay, it's not just that, there's a little more to it. The first 8 or so episodes of O-Ranger are pretty much really dark, really grim, but then from episode 9 onwards, there's this really weird tonal shift. And if you've ever wondered why that is, it's because Noboru Sugimura, the writer of O-Ranger, had to rewrite scripts 24/7 because they were too dark, and this comes after a doomsday cult basically put a bunch of poison on a train and injured 500 people. It's even worse when you realise that the poison they used is sarin, a type of really dangerous poison. Sarin attacks were also going to be a fully blown story arc in O-Ranger. Yikes. Coupled with the fact that there was a massive earthquake that hit regions of Japan in January, O-Ranger was kind of fucked, and to be honest, it never really recovered in terms of viewership ratings. In fact, Sentai as a whole never really recovered with viewership ratings, and even today, fans don't really have a clue what to think about O-Ranger. Alright, so next up, we've got a bit of a minor controversy, but we've got the Kamen Rider Build Genius Form January leak, which was an interesting time. Essentially, Build's final form got leaked in January, and everybody looked at it, thought it was ugly as shit, started calling out the leaker for spreading fake leaks, and then it showed up in the show, and people weren't very happy. Other really infamous leaks include the Boom Boomja leaks, which, Jesus Christ, that was an interesting time to be alive. And I also think the leaks for Common Reddit Drive didn't go down very well, but then again, I was like 7, so I wouldn't really know. But yeah, basically, believe most leakers, because you're probably bound to be disappointed if you don't. Now, we all know that Kamen Rider Gaim is like the fucking greatest show ever made in human history, but what if I told you that its main villain, or well, one of its main villains, Sengoku Ryoma's actor, is actually a piece of shit in real life? Yeah, so basically, I guess after he threw himself off a building in Kamen Rider Gaim, bro just went to demeaning women. Yeah, he apparently got accused of SA, and it didn't go down very well, and he got into a fuck ton of legal trouble. But somehow, that's not the worst thing a Kamen Rider actor has done. Okay, so here's a list of things Kamen Rider actors have done that probably rival or are maybe slightly worse than what Kamen Rider Duke's actor done. So Kamen Rider Kabuki got arrested for meth use, which, Jesus Christ. Kamen Rider X, during filming by the way, left a hotel with one of the production staff's wives. Holy shit. Although it's not a controversy, Kamen Rider Den-O actor Takeru Sato apparently fucking collapsed during the final few episodes of Den-O because he had a hole in his lung. What? And then I think the funniest one of them all is Kamen Rider Blade has a controversy. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. One was where parents were advocating to get the show kicked off air because the main actor was in a soft-core adult movie before he was cast in Blade. And the other one is not related to the show, but he was just out on a walk one day and a bunch of guys just fucking attacked him with a golf club.
Fuck me to tears, mother.
Okay, cool. Anyway, this last one is definitely the funniest. So, you guys remember a little show called Q Ranger by any chance? Well, a bunch of parents wanted the show fucking banned because in the ending dance, they literally hump the air for like 2 seconds. What the fuck? Like, I don't mean to be an absolute arse, but seriously, who is trying to get Q-Tama dancing banned, bro? Who? Because I need their address now. This dance is so fucking stupid. It's so fucking bad. And I love it so fucking much. Like, seriously, the levels of stupidity here are actually beyond my comprehension. This dance and this song should be so annoying, but it's not. Do Japanese mums just hate having fun or something? Because how can you want this banned? This, bro. Mental. Anyway, all of these controversies are fairly stupid, to be honest. And if you've made it this far, comment #justice for Q Ranger.